So today is a slightly different video. It's more of a discussion about Roman candles and Eat Your Makeup. These are early shorts directed by John Waters. So the first, of course, being Hag in a black leather jacket, which was, I guess you could say, directed or released in 1964. And we're actually not going to be taking a look at that one today because Devine did not make an appearance, but he did appear in 1966's Roman Candles, followed by Eat Your Makeup in 1968. So starting with Roman Candles, this is the first film to credit Dreamland Studios as the production company, and it's definitely an interesting film. So it was shot on 8mm film, obviously featuring Devine for the very first time, and it's definitely considered more of a mismatch of imagery. So there's really no actual plot or storyline. It's just a very experimental piece. The overall image of the short film is you have 3 different images being projected. There are simultaneous random images taking place on every single screen. So like I said, there is no actual plot or storyline. They're just random images with people just doing things. You also have snippets or cuts from various pop songs. So due to the fact that obviously it was too expensive for John Waters to secure licensing for the songs used in the short, that is primarily why this short film is not in distribution. It pretty much just kind of has to stay buried. But to my understanding, every so often there is an art traveling roadshow featuring the short films of John Waters. So every once in a blue moon, if you're lucky, you can actually get a chance to view one. Obviously, I have not had an opportunity to view this, which is why I'm discussing it more as, or I'm treating it more as a discussion rather. So I can only give you the facts, ma'am. I do not have any opinions to give you. I apologize, but I still feel that it's an important piece that needs to be discussed as far as the films of Devine and John Waters. So definitely still an entry that needs to be addressed, in my opinion, rather than just pushed under a rug. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it is described as a film that can be very frustrating to watch because, like I said, there is no actual storyline. You have to watch it kind of like these 3 various screens being projected and try to make sense of it. And there really is, you basically just have to just sit there and I guess you could say make up your own story as far as the film is concerned. But Eat Your Makeup is definitely a more fluid plot and storyline. So this was released in 1968. And it is primarily known for the scene in which Devine fantasizes about being Jacqueline Kennedy, as well as randomly reenacting the assassination of JFK. And this is actually just a side plot. It really has nothing to do with the story whatsoever. It's just something that was randomly thrown in. The actual story, which in itself is also just fairly laughable, is you have a babysitter who kidnaps young girls and basically forces them to model themselves to death. And I don't know if that was just intended as just sheer ridiculousness or if there was a social statement to be made. In this day and age, I can definitely see how that could be interpreted as a social statement, especially because there is so much emphasis on the superficial, you know, appearance being everything and whatnot. If a person doesn't look a certain way, they're considered outcast. If a person doesn't fit a certain weight requirement, they're an outcast, which is, you know, very unfortunate and ridiculous in my opinion. But yeah, I guess I kind of accidentally did give you guys an opinion. But yeah, I was supposed to remain biased. But yeah, I mean, to me, I can see how the film can be interpreted that way in this day and age, especially because everyone's so hung up on like giving analysis and meaning to everything. And sometimes it's just whimsical, you know, foolish fun, which is what I feel the film had originally been. But yeah, I mean, those are just my super quick thoughts on these two shorts. Once again, they are unfortunately out of distribution. So if you actually do get an opportunity to view these like as part of an art installment, I would definitely encourage you to do so. Even for myself, if I were to get the opportunity, I would definitely jump at that. But that is all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you later.